Greetings from Team 1. Thank you for this opportunity. E-commerce is defined as the activity of using digital information and communication processing technology in conducting business transactions to create change and redefine the relationship between seller and buyer. However, we can note that the e-commerce is growing so much now. Why is there still development of e-commerce? Based on the case study of IT students who have used several existing e-commerce applications, some of the application users are still feel there are other features that need to be added to make the application it becomes better and more complete. With the reason, based on the background experience, OnanKomputer were built to add some feature needed by the customer.
This is the use case diagram that show the continuous interaction between actors and system. We have 11 use cases that are connected with 4 actors, namely visitor, customer, administrator, and seller. These actors become a role in our system and have different privilege. We can see that visitor can interact with use case, account registration, browse product, compare product, and see the FAQ. And then the customer actors can interact with use case cancel transaction, make a transaction, rate product, browse product, compare product, and see the FAQ. We can see that the make a transaction use case, the relation with cancel transaction, track orders, payment, and order product. This relation is include. And then the actor administrator can interact with use case account registration, browse product, compare products, manage product data, and see the FAQ. And then the last is seller, can interact with use case, make a transaction, and then order product, payment and track orders, and then browse product, compare product, manage product data, and see the FAQ. And then the ER diagram. We can see that there are 6 entities, and we can see that category entity have relation with product entity, and product entity have relation with shopping cart and customer. Relation between product and entity can generate one new entity. In here we can create a table, namely orders table, and then account registration have relation with seller, admin, and customer. And then the last is customer entity have relation with address entity.
We have 12 main features. There are register, login, logout, user, register to join on computer application. User can login and log out from this application. The progress of this feature has been finished. Compare products. User can compare product 2 or more according to their needs. The progress of this feature has been finished. Browse products by name and code. The progress of this feature has been finished. Add to chart. To save the product to the user chart. The progress of this feature has been finished. Check out. After adding to chart, user can check out. The progress of this feature has been finished. Manage profile account. User can manage personal data, password, and see order that have already been checked out. The progress of this feature has been finished. Info FAQ provides information about system usage guidelines. The progress of this feature has been finished. Cancel transaction. User can cancel orders that have already been checked out. The progress of this feature has not been finished. Payment. User make payment for order that have already been checked out. The progress of this feature has been finished. Rate product. Make a rating of product that has been received by the user. The progress of this feature has not been finished. Track order status. User can monitoring order that has been paid for. The progress of this feature has not been finished. Manage product data. Seller can manage product data such as create, update, delete data from product. The progress of this feature has been finished.
The next is the order process. The order process begins with the process get one or more product and add the product to cart. The system will be check stock availability, the total price. And the order process is called the checkout process. The customer input shipping and billing address from and system will show the order and check the order data. After the checkout process, the next is payment process. Customer choose the payment method and pay the order. After gets order, seller will pack and pick the product order and update order status step by step until the order actually arrive at the customer.
The next is SDLC. There are 4 steps for SDLC. First, requirement gathering. The initial stage is gathering needs through literature that is relevant to the e-commerce. The second is analysis. Analysis is carried out by comparing several e-commerce that are currently developing and finding solutions to market needs. Next, design. Design user interface with usability concept. And the last is implementation. The system was developed with the PHP programming used the Laravel framework because it was built with the MVC concept. Our team is use MVC concept. Why use that? Using MVC can give our code some structure and make it easier to work with. MVC is a software architecture that separates domain or application or business logic from the rest of the user interface. It does this by separating the application into 3 parts: the model, the view, and the controller.
The next is web application architecture. Application architecture describes the behavior of application used in a business, focus on how they interact with each other and with users. It is focused on the data consumed and product and produced by application rather than their internal structure. OnanKomputer.com is carried out on the Windows 10 operating system and use the PHP programming language. This website consists of front-end and back-end. Front-end or client-side is everything that the user needs to be able to interact in their browser. The main purpose of client-side is to collect data from users written in HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. Backend or server-side is the part that cannot be accessed by the user that is used to store data. Backend be requested data as text, images, files requested, and there is a database used to data store. Based on the diagram, we can see that every user request is being formed based on their route configuration. After sending the URL request, routes to the proper controller. A controller is responsible for defining application or request ending logic. Controllers are typically stored in app or app-HTTP or strip controllers directory. Every controller must override base controller. The major advantage of using base controller is that it provides few convenience methods such as middleware, validate, and dispatch. Next, the data model will be integrated from a MySQL database. Models are responsible for handling database-related methods. We can attach controllers with resource models. It means the controller has their dependent database table. Next, the result view is called. View are basically responsible for containing HTML or rendering objects. View is known as blade template. Finally, the view is rendered within the web browser of the user and in the visualization on stack.
Next is, as for the security aspects that we use on our e-commerce website are, first is user authentication with login and logout using password and email. Email can only be used for one account. Second is limit minimum number of passwords. In OnanKomputer, we limit the password minimum until 6 characters. The third is password hashing. Hashing produces a string in one direction, so it's not possible to reverse it. Fourth is login validation. Create a new session, make a token in the form of a random word, then encrypt the token to make it more complicated. Add the token encoding variable in the form via hidden. Next. The fifth is expired lifetime. Expired lifetime from login in 30 minutes if the user does not take action on the system. The sixth is using HTTP or HTTPS. HTTP or HTTPS is a protocol that works with request and response methods. The seventh is resolve SQL injection. Generate and secure password from SQL injection attacks. The last is decrypt algorithm. Password hashing function based on the Bluefish zipper. That's all our presentation. If any wrong words, we say sorry. and thank you.